welcome to News at Noon. I'm your host Rika Roy. Now, the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will announce the third tranche of measures related to the 20 lakh crore Atmanirbhar Bharat package at a press conference at 4 p.m. today. It is expected to focus on hotel and travel industry, free food grains and pulses for migrants, more jobs for tribals and those in rural areas were in yesterday's package. For more about today, we shall speak to our special guest on the show, Ankur Bhatia, who is the Executive Director of Bird Group, and he is also the Head of Tourism Committee of CII. I'll also be joined by my colleague Sakshi Bajaj for the discussion. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us on this show. Well, when we talk about stimulus to your industry, one of the biggest impediment that your industry will face are the social distancing norms. And keeping those in mind, what is the first thing that you would expect the government to provide you at the moment?
You know, the situation, as you know, and you've just, read out, the situation for COVID and the spread is not yet curtailed here. And I think the only way to curtail this particular spread is social distancing as of now. Now, at travel and tourism particularly, we would need to ensure that our hotels, our restaurants, our amenities, whatever, whenever we're opening them, have all being complied with and follow social distancing norms. So some things like using technology to make the dining experience or the whole experience touchless, ensuring that the distancing norms are followed within the premises as well. Of course, we would not expect 100% occupancies to return back to our hotels, and we would need to keep that in mind while allocating rooms, while getting people into the lobbies, while people getting into the restaurants. So for us as a hotelier particularly, what we've done is that we've actually introduced a touchless system where without any contact, people can come and pre-order their meals in restaurants. There is no contact coming in to them as well when they're dining, and they can check out through their phone app as well. And on top of that, we've also giving access in real time from a live cam from our kitchens to the guests who are dining in and also taking out food from our hotels. So innovations such as these, I think, are important to keep in mind the current virus situation. And I think the whole industry will come together to innovate certain things which we could have. Obviously, you can't stay in a lockdown situation forever. I don't think that is an option for any economy to do or to be in.
Right, it's interesting you talk about innovation and reinvention, which is the need of the hour. But however, what is really bothering everyone at the moment, and I can tell you that it is no secret now, that the hospitality sector is witnessing pay cuts. Employees are insecure about job cuts whenever the lockdown does open. So what is your message to the employees, and what is your message to the finance minister to look into this?
Yeah, I think this is the most important thing right now. Our industry particularly was hit. We're in the forefront of anything which ever happens. And specifically with this pandemic, the effect for us, for people not taking flights or people not coming into the hotels, we were the first ones to actually get hit on this. The hotel industry does not give a lot of margins for people to actually keep themselves up and running and live. And now with the 2 months in the lockdown, specifically in India, and all across the globe as well, people notice this, and governments across the world notice this, that it is important, and it is a big sector for job creation. And one job in tourism gives 8 jobs to the overall GDP situation. So I think this is an important sector to be looked into it. And just as an example, what UK did, for example, for this sector, that they've actually given up to 80% salaries with a cap of £2,500 to the employees. Our hotels run, our company also runs and owns hotels in the UK, and I think that was a very welcome move. Now, there's nothing happened in India as yet, and we are really looking forward to whatever the finance minister is coming up with, because without any stimulus, without any help and support, it is very difficult to keep the ship running.
Sir, I have one last question before I let you go. Well, many are saying that it is a morality test for capitalism. There have been flip-flops with migrants. Now, Chamber of Commerce is asking for laborers to come back, which in your case perhaps could be the cooks and other people who work in the industry. Some are asking for dilution of labor laws, some states. Where do you come in all of this?
Listen, specifically in tourism and aviation industry, the unskilled labor employment is very limited. I think we are looking at only the cooks and all. I think everybody's got some set of trainings. Now, I think the level of people where we are, and I think the whole industry has got affected. I mean, restaurateurs, the hoteliers, the aviation industry, and everything related around it has got affected. Now, I think we would obviously need to revamp norms and stuff like that of things which are around us. But thankfully, because we don't have a lot of unskilled labor within the tourism and hospitality industry, I think everybody has got this minimum skill sets of coming in. Even housekeepers are trained up to a certain extent. I think for getting people back, yes, definitely it'll be a challenge. But because of the fact that the economy of travel tourism is not going to pop up tomorrow morning, and as soon as things are open, so for the time being, to get them back, I don't think would be a, I think we will be compliant with the norms, and we'll be compliant with whatever the people there are right now in access to the properties.
Right. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us on the show. We will look forward to those announcements by the Finance Minister at 4 p.m. Now, moving on, we shift our focus to Maharashtra. We do know that Mumbai